So I'm Patty G. I think most of you know me. I worked in the public school for 30 years as a speech pathologist, autism specialist, and then my husband and I retired from public school and started this clinic. Okay, here's the reality. 1 out of 110 children is 1 out of 110 children are diagnosed with Asperger, and it's 4 times more common in boys than girls. And we'll talk about why that is. 1 out of 70 boys, men, and many of them, as we get older, like I just had a 53-year-old come into my learning center just the other day. So older men are starting to say, I have some behaviors that seem to be getting in the way of my happiness or other people's happiness. But 1 out of 375 girls. So you know what that means, women? We have a good chance of being in a relationship or having children. It's getting more and more common that just by numbers, we're going to be involved living with it on some level. Yeah. So autism is a spectrum. They have now changed DSM-5, which is just coming out. Autism and Asperger and high function autism are not going to be diagnostic words anymore. It's called autism spectrum disorders, ASD. So you'll be hearing ASD, autism spectrum disorder. We're not going to be hearing autism. We're not going to be hearing Asperger. We're not going to be hearing high functioning autism. And that's good and bad, but it's mostly bad for the Asperger folks. But that's what they're going to be doing. Because autism is a spectrum, and like snowflakes, no 2 ASD children are exactly the same or individual or respond to the same treatment the same. And the reason they're going to the spectrum is because they realize even though you have a category of Asperger or autism, it's hard to create a diagnostic criteria for that group. Because even within that group, it's some of this and some of this. And so the whole, this is international, DSM-5 is an international decision, so the whole world is grappling with autism right now.
I just read that they're doing some new definition that they think they're going to cut out.
That's
40%.
Autism spectrum.
Is that the new one? And they think they're cutting out like 40% of the people.
Well, they're thinking that would be the result and how it's interpreted.
So
it's not intended to be that for the people that are creating this, but it looks like policymakers and budget people may use it that way because there's always budget issues. So there's a big change in the world.